Hey, Charlamagne, then listen. Charlamagne, that's how you know. Now he's showing his liberal, not as liberal. What's that when you in the middle?
Progressive?
No, when you in the middle, you're not
Independent.
Republican. You independent.
Okay.
He has completely switched on Kamala and abandoned them shit 100%. Listen to him. He's abandoned them 100%.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Completely abandoned. It's over. He's completely abandoned. Listen.
Interesting.
That ain't his party no more. I swear this dude was 100% with them until I heard this.
I'm acting like you were excited by Kamala Harris. Fuck out of here.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Who was excited? Look at the polls. Look at the numbers. Nobody. Not nobody.
You gotta relax.
Y'all were too relaxed. What y'all need to do is be less relaxed and hit the polls.
Listen, here's the thing. A lot of people lied. That's just the reality of the situation.
But numbers don't.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of people lied. There's a lot of people that said they was going to vote for Kamala Harris. There's a lot of people that got polled. That got polled, and they said they was going to vote for Kamala Harris. It did not reflect that.
Nothing.
Like that map looked like it had its period.
Puerto Rican
were scared.
First day period.
First day.
Heavy flow. It just did. Like, it's just the truth to the matter. Like, I don't think she won a swing state.
But you did. Philadelphia, right?
No.
It's not a state.
No.
Pennsylvania's a state. That's why she lost.
That's because they don't know. They don't know. It's a damn shame.
She
Did
lost
you vote?
Pennsylvania.
Did you vote?
She lost Pennsylvania, Taylor. She lost Pennsylvania. I don't think she won one. At least right now, as of now, we're recording this on, what's today? Wednesday.
Yep.
The day after the election. She hasn't won a swing state as of now.
No, she hasn't.
No, she hasn't won one battleground state. Not one. Listen, a lot of people lied. A lot of people said that they was going to vote.
That's why I don't think she's going to vote no more. I don't know. I think
they went in the booth and did something totally different.
I don't think she's going to vote no
Or
more.
they just didn't show up at all. And I think that was the biggest issue with Kamala, is that the numbers are just way down.
Yep.
Now, part of that is from the Democrats obviously rigging the election the last time. We know that for 100% fact now.
No, they didn't. They didn't win the election.
No, I'm teasing.
Somebody called the radio station this morning and they was like, "Stop this steal." I'm like, cut it out.
No.
It was a free, fair election. They won fair and square. They won the popular vote. They won the electoral college. It is what it is. They won the Senate.
What it is.
This is democracy.
You
can't respect democracy only when your side wins.
A lot of people are trying to chalk this up to like Trump populism, but we're talking about it on Flagrant, and it's just like, this is a rejection of leftist policy. It's a rejection of leftist ideology.
Exactly.
And it's a rejection of Democrats not speaking to the issues that the majority of Americans have. They went on the campaign trail and they just gaslit Americans, and they said, "Oh, the border's not really a problem, and I'm not actually going to do anything different than Biden."
The big issue.
Huge.
Big issue.
It's like
I caught a lot of shit last year when, when the illegal immigrants started coming in, and then the Republicans were taking the illegal immigrants, putting them on buses, putting them on planes, sending them to sanctuary cities, and then Democrats were like, stop, enough. I'm like, yo, y'all are the ones that built these sanctuary cities. Y'all are the ones that told them to come here, so Republicans sent them. I thought it was evil genius. I said it then. I thought what Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott was doing was evil genius. Little did we know how much that was going to come back to bite them in the ass come election time. A whole year and a half later.
Huge.
A whole year and a half later. And guess what? All it takes sometimes is just to simply be like, hey,
why don't you experience this?
Fucked up. We fucked up.
But they couldn't say that on the campaign trail, and they just weren't addressing the issues that the American people felt strongly about. And she wouldn't distance herself from Biden. Like, she needed to throw Biden under the bus, below the bus, dig a fucking hole in the ground and put it into it.
But the thing is, she also lied about who she was. She lied about her identity.
Keep going.
She lied about her identity. So come on. That really, said a lot to people. It really did. And she wasn't being authentic.
She refused to do it. And maybe that was out of loyalty. Maybe that was out of strategy. But she needed to be like, that motherfucker fucked up. This is how I'm going to do it. And she didn't do that.
The biggest thing that they said, I saw people saying they said that clip from The View.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
She crushed
There is
herself
not
on
a
it. She
thing that
killed
comes
herself.
to mind in terms of, and I've been a part of most of the decisions that have had impact.
She tore
When
herself
she
up
was on
on
the
that
View
one.
and they asked her what would she do different than Biden,
She said nothing.
and she said nothing that I can think of.
Yeah.
He spent so much money running that ad over and over and over and over and over in all these
Exactly.
battleground states. And,
Yeah.
and here's the problem with Democrats. I've said it a million times. They don't know how to message. Did Biden and Harris do some good things while they was in the White House?
Sure.
Yes, they did.
Sure.
But they don't know how to message it.
Yeah.
They don't know how to tell people the good things that they did.
Also, people don't want to be told the
You
good
can do
things
that for
while they're
yourself.
hurting. When your
You can
foot
find
hurts,
that out.
nobody wants to be like, but your hand is okay, right? Motherfucker, we're not talking about my hand. We're talking about my foot.
You're right.
And the American people were very specific about the issues that they had.
That's right.
So with that,
I agree.
so shout out to Trump. And these are some of the specifics that American people want. Shout out to Trump for this, because me as an American person that going for Trump, I'm big on this right here. I'm big on this one. So he spoke immediately about the transgender thing. I love it.
Stop the chemical, physical, and emotional mutilation of our youth. On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care. Ridiculous. A process that includes giving kids puberty blockers, mutating their physical appearance, and ultimately performing surgery on minor children.
Right.
Can you believe this?
I know.
I will sign a new executive order instructing every federal agency to cease all programs that promote the concept of sex and gender transition at any age. I will then ask Congress to permanently stop federal taxpayer dollars from being used to promote or pay for these procedures, and pass a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. It'll
Let's
go
go.
very
Right.
quickly.
Let's go.
I will declare that any hospital or healthcare provider that participates in the chemical or physical mutilation of minor youth will no longer meet federal health and safety standards for Medicaid and Medicare, and will be terminated from the program immediately.
Let's
Furthermore,
go.
I will support the creation of a private right of action for victims to sue doctors who have
Sue doctors.
unforgivably performed these procedures on minor children. The Department of Justice will investigate Big Pharma and the big hospital networks to determine whether they have deliberately covered up horrific long-term side effects of sex transitions in order to get rich at the expense of vulnerable patients.
That's
in
right.
this case, very
Young
vulnerable.
people. That's
We
right.
will also investigate whether Big Pharma or others have illegally marketed hormones and puberty blockers which are in no way licensed or approved for this use. My Department of Education will inform states and school districts that if any teacher or school official suggests to a child that they could be trapped in the wrong body, they will be faced with severe consequences, including potential civil rights violations for sex discrimination and the elimination of federal funding. As part of our new credentialing body for teachers, we will promote positive education about the nuclear family, the roles of mothers and fathers,
Come on.
and celebrating rather than erasing the things that make men and women different and unique. I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth. The bill will also make clear that Title IX prohibits men from participating in women's sports, and we will protect the rights of parents from being forced to allow their minor child to assume a gender which is new and an identity without the parents' consent. The identity will not be new, and it will not be without parental consent.
Come on.
No serious country should be telling its children that they were born with the wrong gender, a concept that was never heard of in all of human history. Nobody's ever heard of
Until
this,
the
what's happening today.
Biden administration.
It was all when the radical left invented it just a few years ago.
Right.
Under my leadership, this madness will end. Thank you very much.
Let's
Come on.
go. Let's go.
I'm
Let's
about to
go.
pull up Twitch real quick so I can go live.
Look,
but
look.
I mean, hello, we gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about that. Happy Friday. I mean Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. All right, great people. Weekend things. Okay. Anyway, that's big. That is so big.
Well, yeah, I'm so happy that before he even takes office, he's like, no, man, we're gonna get rid of this ridiculous demonic system that they came out with, trying to forcibly allow a child to undermine their parents and have sexual change that will inevitably affect the parents for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Because if you
Absolutely.
decide you hate what you just did as a child, you grow up, the parent has to deal with that. I was the parent that had to deal with that. So that ruins the parent and the child.
That's right.
So
Let's hear him real quick.
So shout out to, man, I want to see. Hey,
That was big.
listen.
That was big.
Shout out to
Big,
JP.
big.
JP, this is how the Democrats, the brainwashed Democrats, have been the entire time. They know nothing. They study nothing. And this is them. Watch this.
This could all just go away. Everything. He just wants to enslave us.
They would like to overturn voting
Slave
rights.
you.
They would like to overturn gay rights. They would say, oh, in the process of overturning women's rights.
They'll take away our rights.
He just wants to take away our rights. Everything. Like, if he's reelected, say goodbye to everything you love. Ugh! We need Kamala. She'll save us. And, she's a woman. I like that.
Say it with me. Kamala Harris.
Kamala.
Unbelievably smart, articulate, and good.
She's great.
A bit of celebrity surrounding Kamala Harris.
Kamala just believes in the American dream. If she
Get brainwashed, and you go right at there talking about Kamala just believe in everybody. You just got straight brainwashed about 15 minutes ago before you walked out there.
Come on.
he gets elected, we're good. But if Trump gets in, he'll never leave office.
He can never leave
Look at that lunacy.
the office of the president.
Look at that lunacy.
Never leave office.
It's just a fact. He'd never leave office.
How is that possible?
They be thinking and talking like that.
What is a term for a president?
4 years, 8 years max.
Yeah, but a term is 4 years.
4 years.
But you can serve 8 years. You
8
can get
years.
2 terms.
Max.
But 1 term is 4 years.
He'd never leave
Sorry.
office.
Come on.
Take these people off air.
Please.
And he wouldn't leave because he's a
He's going to be a dictator.
dictator. That's why he's nothing but a complete Hitler, threat to our democracy, rights taking away, dictator. That makes him
OMG.
so
Donald Trump, his demagoguery, his danger to our country.
dangerous to America. I'm literally sick of it. We're doomed if we get Trump back. He has to be stopped. I wonder what we can do to stop him.
Put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Whoa.
When you think about it, if you had a chance to take Hitler out before he took over, wouldn't that be the ethical thing to do? Well,
Pretty much. Listen, man. Listen. That's how they are. That's how they are. That's how they are. That's how they are over there.
They just cannot take the loss and chop it up. And know that the people have spoken, the Electoral College has spoken, God has spoken.
This is what God wants, obviously. But check this guy out, man. This dude talks about what Trump on this TikTok. Why the camera shaking? This dude talks about what Trump has done in such a short amount of time, and he doesn't even have power yet. Listen to this, man.
So you're telling me just 24 hours after Trump's election, China says it hopes for a peaceful coexistence with the United States, and we respect the choice of the American people. Also, Trump promised that 24 hours after he was elected, he was going to end the war, and guess what? Within 24 hours, he ended the war. Hamas calls for immediate end to war after Trump election.
Come
win.
on.
How weird and strange is that? I didn't see any of this energy when Kamala and Biden were representing the country. It's like the mom is dealing with some badass kids and they're not listening. She's trying to tell them what to do, and then the dad walk in the room. He didn't even say one word. He walked in that bitch and was like, he ain't even gotta say a word. It just get quiet immediately. They already know what's up. It's very clear and obvious that none of these countries respected us, bro. They saw weakness. They saw clear and cut opportunity to take advantage.
Yes.
Since Biden became president for damn near his whole term, it ain't been nothing but war. Now, when Trump actually gets in office, let's see if he can put an end to this Ukraine and Russia war.
I believe that he will either he put an end to it or he say, we're not helping with this.
Oh, he gonna quadruple the tariff. He said he was gonna charge whatever the fee was that that it would be so high that they would have to be willing to make some type of negotiation.
Babe, could you imagine that though? He get in. They've been supporting the current administration that leaves in January. Praise God. We're sitting there and they were creating wars, starting wars. We'll support this. We're going to help them. This we're going to help Ukraine with all the military it needs. And you get a president come in that's they ain't in the office yet say, well, I'm ending this. And I believe that if they continue, I really believe that if those countries continue to fight, when he said quit this, he would say, okay, we're backing up and we're not going to help you in this.
But you know,
and then they will quit on their own.
But the thing is,
because no other country will want to attack us because they be like, we're not going to fight that.
But they know how he was when they dealt with him the first time he was in office.
Yeah.
That's why they're like, okay, well, the man is back. We already know what it's like dealing with him because we've dealt with him before. We've had previous meetings. We've had conversations.
Correct.
We've had conversations recently.
Mm-hmm.
So he hasn't changed a bit.
No, at all.
So they know when he's coming, he's not coming to play the radio. He is coming to negotiate, make deals, and do what's best for us first, but also they can still benefit from it. I mean, come on. I mean, how happened that?
It's been 48 hours. It's been 48 hours, Jordan. Things have changed. And he ain't even in office. He ain't even been sworn in. Things have changed. He's called them and said, hey, look here. Look here.
Ain't nobody got time for this.
You gonna deal with me if you continue this. And they like, no, we sorry. And then if Hamas called an end. China said no. Hamas called it in. That's
right.
big.
Biden was pleased.
They didn't want that over in the Kamala regime. They wanted things to go on because they were getting pockets.
Exactly.
And then he on top of that, he said he coming after cartel.
Yep.
He said I'm gonna go. He said because he said they've been making billions. He said he's making more than some of the most prominent companies because the Biden administration have letting them run through. And like you said, we talked about a video in the past when we saw Candace Owens talked about on the interview that Kamala and these people have ties to the cartel, so that's why they weren't doing anything, and that's why the business was getting so booming for those group for the mafia. So
glad. This is one of the best things that could have happened to our country. It really is, and hopefully those people who didn't vote for him will see and understand that it's going to benefit us in a good way. It's going to, and I like how he's jumping right on it because he's got a lot of work to do. In 4 years, it's going to zoom by, and who knows what challenges may come up within the 4-year time frame.
Yeah.
It may not be just a smooth transition. You know, I mean, it may not transition. It may not be like a smooth term. You know, there are going to be some challenges. Who knows what else could happen? But I'm just saying, you know, things are going to come up. He may have to make some detours. But the good thing is he's got the dream team. He's still being met with opposition in the Senate. So we gotta still clear some cobwebs out and get some spiders out, clear the rats out.
Get some of them squirrels
Get
out.
some of the people out there who are trying to go against the things that he wants to put in place, what we voted for him for. So no.
All right, y'all. So 2024, you can't do nothing but be more with Trump in office. So
that's right. And talk less, boo.
We'll see y'all in the next one, man. Like, comment, push that like button, subscribe button.